into a world that felt the same. Empty hands and empty sky. Nobody asked me who or why. 7 pounds of silence left behind the door. A mother's face I'll never know, a father nothing more. They gave me numbers, gave me rooms, gave me a bed to sleep, but no one ever stayed long enough to promise they would keep. I learned to fold myself up small, to take no space, to need no wall. If I disappeared tonight, would anyone turn on the light? I carry questions like a stone, through every city, every home. What does it feel like to belong? I wrote the answer in a song, but the road was long, the road was cold. I was 12 years young, trying to be old. And somewhere in the dark between the rain and the concrete, two brothers found me, that's where I found my heartbeat. Now I know what it means to be loved. Now I know what it feels like to stay. Now I know there were hands holding mine, even when I couldn't feel them that way. Now I know every scar had a reason, every night at a dawn I couldn't see. Now I know I was never the question, I was always the answer, I just had to believe it. 18 years old, a different town, a girl with summer eyes. She looked at me like I was real, like I wasn't a disguise. I didn't know how to receive it, kept waiting for the door, kept waiting for the part where she decided she wanted more. She stayed through every wall, she stayed through every midnight call, through tours and distance, doubt and fear. She whispered, I'm still here. And then came four little reasons, four little faces that breathe in seasons, four little boys who never have to wonder if they are loved, if they matter, if they're thunder. And Jason Keeley, we grew up in the cold, 3 kids with nothing, now with 3 men being bold. We built it from the pavement, from the hunger, from the spite. We sang until the darkness had no choice but to turn the light. Now I know what it means to be loved. Now I know what it feels like to stay. Now I know there were hands holding mine, even when I couldn't feel them that way. Now I know every scar had a reason, every night had a dawn I couldn't see. Now I know I was never the question, I was always the answer, I just had to believe. Let me take you back, no stage, no name, no crowd, just a kid so loud inside but never spoke out loud. I used to sit in rooms full of people feeling absent, like I was made of glass and nobody looked past it. You know what loneliness really is? It's not being alone in the dark, it's being in the middle of a room, feeling like you're standing apart. It's birthdays without candles, it's Christmas with a stranger. It's learning not to love things cause love came wrapped in danger. It's wondering at 7 and 14 and 22 if there's a version of the world that was actually built for you. I used to write our names on walls just so we leave a mark. 3 broke kids, 1 dream, 1 voice singing in the dark. We didn't have an address but we had a frequency, and somehow all the right people, they eventually heard me. I found a woman who reached in and named the unnamed thing. I found brothers who bleed for me, that's not a metaphor, that's everything. I found 4 sons who look at me like I hung every single star, and for the first time in my life I don't feel like a question mark. So this one's for the ones still sleeping on a stranger's floor, still knocking on a world that won't open up the door. You were not a mistake, you were not what they left behind. You were every single thing they couldn't take, and now I know mine. I used to dream of someone coming back to say it was a mistake to fill the crack. I don't need that anymore, I built my own door. I don't know her name, I don't know his face, but I know my son's laughter and I know my wife's grace, and I know the way my brothers call me home, and I know I was never alone. Now I know what it means to be loved. Now I know what it feels like to stay. Now I know there were hands holding mine, even on the days I pushed them away. Now I know every scar had a reason, every night at a dawn I couldn't see. Now I know I was never the question, I was always the answer, I just had to be. na.